So today we're going to continue our series on the chakras, and we're going to be looking at them from a Western perspective. And I felt it was important to do that because we in the West see things differently than in the East. But yet the wisdom in the East is so valuable to us. So today we're going to be talking about the heart chakra. But let's go back and let's look at what are the chakras. The chakras are energy centers that help us regulate our body process and our organ function and our immune system and our emotions. So there are energy centers within us that have actual controls over what we're experiencing in everyday life. And each chakra has various things that are associated with it. There are 7 chakras, and they are transposed throughout the body. We have a chakra at the base of our spine, which is the root chakra, the first chakra. The second chakra is in our sacral area. The third chakra is in our solar plexus. The fourth chakra is in our heart center. That's what we're focusing on today. We have the throat chakra. We have the third eye chakra and the crown chakra. Now, in a lot of traditions, they say there are more than 7 chakras. And there are, but these are the main ones that we're going to focus on that are in the physical body. And so each chakra has its own vibration, color, and it has specific functions in our body. So this has been around for well over thousands of years that people have been practicing this. And so we're all given the ability to manage these chakras, and it's critical if we're to function normally to understand and know that we have that ability. So today you can notice that the second chakra is right here in the center of the chest. It's not to the side, it's in the center of the chest, right above or at the heart level. So you can see where that is, okay? And then the heart chakra, it's the fourth chakra, and it's the place between the bottom 3 and the top 3 chakras. So if the heart chakra is blocked, the energy from the lower can't move up to the upper, and the energy from the upper chakras can't move through the lower. So what we're seeking to do is we're seeking to have a smooth flow of energy. If you've been around here for a while, I teach the Bala mantra. The Bala mantra is a very simple mantra. It's I'm, E-I-M, Kleem, K-L-E-E-M, Sau, S-A-U. And what that represents, it represents the energy moving from I'm, Kleem, Sau. Sau, Kleem, I'm. So I'm going up to the third eye, coming down to the heart, going down to the root. And so by saying the mantra, I'm actually causing the energy to move within me. So if you're waking up in the middle of the night and you can't sleep, find a place to sit down and just start saying the Bala mantra. And the next thing you know, you'll be waking up. Because what you're doing is, if you can't sleep, what that's saying is that you have an energy blockage in your system. And by doing the I'm Kleem Sau, you're actually moving energy up and down. And as you keep saying it, you clear the pathway. It's green. This chakra is green. I like to think of it as go. You can go up and you can go down. When this chakra is blocked, you're constipated. I don't know how, you're energetically constipated. You are stuck. You are stuck in that, and you'll see more what we talk about there. It represents acceptance, peace, love, joy, and sincerity. So you can see how important it is. Inner peace is here. Joy is here. Love is here. Being authentic and sincere is here. So when this is blocked, you can't experience love. Love is just not going to happen for you. What is love again? Love is about acceptance. So if this is blocked, that means you're not accepting yourself as you are. It could mean also that you're not accepting others as they are. And so that's why when people say, I have a broken heart, what are they saying? They have really turned over their power to someone else, and they've allowed that giving away their power to cause them pain here. And what do? They shut this down. They close off the heart chakra, and they become so scarred with what's happened to them that they're not available in the next relationship. Their heart chakra is closed, and when this is closed, you can't love another person. So that's why when I'm teaching the idea, if you're in a relationship and the relationship ends, you should take, in my mind, a year. And the year is to heal and to rediscover that the love you are seeking is within you. And in doing so, you open up this heart chakra. You actually open up all 7. And so when the energy is flowing and it's smooth, now you're able to share this heart with another heart. Its element is air, and as such, it influences all of our relationships. When the chakra is blocked, this will lead to a weakening of our relationships through disgust, anger, envy, and I didn't put it there, but jealousy. Think about that. Shock, anger, envy, and jealousy. That's telling you, if you feel jealous, this is blocked. Ask me if I feel jealous with my wife. No. Why? I love her. My heart's open. I don't feel jealous. She can hug anyone she wants. Hell, I let her go on a date with my son last night. I had no jealous bone in my body at all. In fact, I was very grateful. So let's go in and let's talk about the key characteristics of the heart chakra. The heart chakra is so associated with the following behavioral characteristics. Our ability and capacity to love. Is that not the most important thing? Isn't that why we're here? We're here on this planet to love ourselves and then to love others. And in that, we get to explore, expand, create, and have fun. But if this is closed, there's no expansion, right? Why? Because this is constricting when we close, right? So if it's constricted, can you expand? No. Are you going to be willing to explore? No, because if you go out into the world, you've got all this scar tissue, emotional scar tissue that you put around the heart. You're not open to see something new. And what's the purpose of a relationship? To support and grow you. And if you're not open, how can you be supported and how can you grow? It's only through being open that you get to experience that. Our ability to experience harmonious, intimate relationships. If this is blocked, how do you accept someone else? And here, if you're not accepting someone else, what are you doing? You're judging them, right? If you're judging them, are you going to have a harmonious relationship? No, it's going to be full of conflict. So anytime you have that feeling here, you know that it's not, you're out of love. Also, the ability to appreciate beauty. When you're in love and you're in acceptance, you see everything in the world as a divine creation. And everything is perfect as it is. You take a walk and you see, oh, it's cloudy today. That's just the divine. Oh, it's cool today. You feel the contrast on your skin. You appreciate, you see the trees without leaves. Oh, they're in hibernation mode right now. Whatever it is, you find the beauty in life because think about this. Life is beautiful just as it is. It's a harmonious energy that's circulating and it's constantly recreating itself. And when you see that, you see the beauty of the divine working on the planet, in us, as us, and through all things. Even flies. Flies are God. Do you get that? Ants are God. There's a purpose. Without them, there's no harmony. Because everything is interrelated in some way or another. And it's our job to see that when we're looking at it through the eyes of the divine. It's also that when we're centered in the heart chakra, it's about a heart-centered discernment. And you know, discernment is very different than judgment. I can look at an experience and I can discern, oh, I see that experience, and this is the result I would have if I did that. I choose not to have that in my life. Now, the difference between discernment and judgment is the emotion that you put behind it. So when I'm discerning, I'm looking, I'm discerning, is that for me or not for me? I'm not judging it. I don't have an emotional up about it. If I have emotion behind me making a decision or looking at something, that's judgment. Rest assured. If there's emotion, it's judgment. If you're calm and you're looking and say, no, I don't think I'll do that, but I'll do this because I understand that this is the experience I want. There's a very different thing. Now, when you're focusing on where you want to go, you put emotion into that. because that's the heart opening up to doing what it wants to do, what it loves to do. See, what we don't understand is that there's an intelligence in our heart. One of the best exercises that I can do is I can walk you through a heart math exercise, and I did this the other day in class, where I had an individual there that didn't know the answer to a question. And so what I did is I asked the individual to close their eyes, take a deep breath in, and visualize that breath going into their heart, filling their heart, holding it there, and then as they breathe out anything that is no longer serving them. And I did that 3 times. So they filled their heart up 3 times, they released. After they did the 3rd time, I asked the question, is this what you're choosing to do in your highest interest, yes or no? The first answer that came out was their heart. Because the heart doesn't rationalize. The heart doesn't go through an analytical process. The heart just knows. And that's the answer. And once you know what your heart wants, now you follow. But most of the time, we don't take the time. We get stuck in this, the ego, and we analyze and we rationalize everything. And that's where we get in trouble. Because that's what we're taught, aren't we? We're not taught to listen to our hearts. As little kids, we're listening to our hearts, and our parents and our teachers tell us, no, this is what you got to do, and this is why, and it's all ego. And so what our job is now, as we become more aware, is tap into this, because this is where our power is. The ability to go beyond the ego, that's what happens, the heart center. It lets you go beyond this thinking mind and move into a realm that is truly what you're desiring at the very core of all that you are. The chakras imbalanced anytime you feel fear of intimacy, jealousy, or not enough. If you have these feelings, you know you're not centered. Also, if you're overly sensitive and defensive, oh my God, this is common. People are so overly sensitive today, aren't they? You can't say anything. Comedians can't go into a college campus for fear that they'll say something politically incorrect. What's incorrect? In God, is there anything incorrect? No. It's only human judgment that causes that. It's not the divine that's judging. The divine doesn't judge because the divine is love. We are codependent, needing attention and approval in order to feel good. Most relationships are codependent. I can't be happy without you. You make me feel so good. I must be with you all the time. I love being with my wife. I love being with myself more. Because the more I love being with myself, the more I can enjoy being with her. The more I can enjoy being with you. Because if I'm centered in my heart, then I can be present with everyone else. If I'm not centered here, I can't be. So the key for you is to remember that your job is to become more aware and love yourself. Because until you do more of that, nothing's going to happen on the outside that's going to benefit you. It's just not going to happen. And you can just look at your lives and see where have you focused on the other person and did it work? Never does. Never does. If you feel shut down and socially isolated, you know your heart chakra is blocked. A lot of people say, I'm shy. I don't buy it. I think shyness is a result of fear that entered into a child's life when it was young. For whatever reason, they entered in, and they were shy because they were afraid to be their authentic self. They felt that they were in judgment, and because they were in judgment, they had to withdraw within. I don't think we're born shy. I don't think we're born extroverted. I think we're born ambivert, which means equally shy or introvert and equally extrovert. But we've gotten out of sorts. Extroverts overcompensate to try to feel connection. Introverts try to go within because they have a fear that they'll be rejected. You see, when you're in love, you fear nothing. When this chakra is open, everything just moves smoothly. Also, when you're out of balance, you are unforgiving. Is there a mother-in-law or father-in-law that you don't like? Is there an ex in your life that you gotta, when you do it, your butt puckers? When you hear their name, you're just pucker up? If you do, guess what? You are unforgiving, which means you've got heart chakra work to do. No question, because if your heart's open, you see the balance. And you can say their name. They can walk across your mind. No negative emotion. They can enter your world. No negative emotion. I see smiles out there. I know there's work to be done, and that's okay. Because there's always going to be more work to be done. But if you're aware, then you know where to do the work. Becoming a victim or a hero tells you. How many people know guys in particular? I'm going to rescue her. Or women, I think I'm going to save him because he doesn't know what's good for him. You ever hear that? That's the hero. That's saying they're not whole and perfect. Without me, they can't make it. No, they can make it without you. They might want some support. And you notice how support is different from help? Help means you don't have it. Support means you have it, and you just need someone to see it with you in that moment. That's a real keen distinction to make between help and support. Also, so how can an imbalanced heart chakra affect you? Well, that's pretty easy. Your respiratory illnesses such as bronchitis, asthma, and pneumonia are associated with a blockage in your heart. Your heart and coronary circulatory issues, that's associated with your heart. Think about that. Respiratory, what is that? It's a flow, right? Air coming in, going through the process. What is the blood? It's circulation going in. What is the heart chakra all about? It's about energy moving up and energy moving down, right? You see the flow. What is the element of the chakra? It's air. Air is about what? Movement, free movement up and down. If it's blocked, there's going to be problems. The experience of a broken heart, right? You're in a relationship, you get hurt. What happens? Your heart's broken. You shut it down. You become blocked. Also, your arm or wrist pain. Isn't that funny? I just had surgery on my hand. So I had to ask the question, where was my heart blocked? Isn't that interesting? I had to ask that question, and I haven't identified it yet, but I'm still asking the question because obviously there might be something there. And think about this too. In July of last year, I had pneumonia. So I have two things there. So for me, I know my circulation's fine. I've been tested for that. So I'm sort of questioning, where is that blockage in my heart? What am I holding back? What am I afraid of? And so I'm exploring that right now. I haven't got to figure it out at this time. I will, but it's a lifetime journey. That's why I'm giving myself freedom. I'm not beating myself up about it, right? Because it's a lifetime journey that we're unfolding. Also, upper back pain and shoulder pain. That's also an indication. I don't have that symptom right now. But these things are symptoms for you. Also, a constant fear of being alone. That's the one that most people feel. And to be comfortable being alone, that tells you that you're open. And when you've been alone long enough and you're comfortable enough, all of a sudden a door opens and someone else will come into your life without you even trying. Because now you're ready to share. Because you're whole enough, you realize your wholeness enough that you have enough to give to someone else. So, healing tips for the chakras. Build a practice of self-care. Most of the time we're caring for others, we're so busy, but we're not taking care of ourselves, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Breathing exercises. I'm a huge fan of breathing. I do Wim Hof breathing technique every day. That's a technique that you can find on the internet. Wim, W-I-M, H-O-F is his last name. And I do 3 rounds of it, and I do 30 deep breaths, one after the other, real fast. Then I hold for a minute, minute and a half. Then I do another round. Hold for a minute and a half. Another round, hold. What you've done is you've oxygenated. You've really oxygenated your body, and your body's now, anything that might be restricted, all of a sudden you've got a freeness about you. Here's the key. After I've done the Wim Hof breathing technique, then I meditate. Because that breathing technique has calmed my thinking in my mind enough where it's easier for me to be still. The next thing you can do is develop an appreciation for all of life. And you could do it with nature, with people, and everything. You have to be able to look at life and appreciate everything in your life. Because appreciation is acceptance. Acceptance is understanding that everything is the infinite expressing and everything is perfect as it is. Learn to see the balance in life. This is what I call forgiveness. If someone hurts you, but you see the good and the bad of the situation equally, there's nothing to forgive. You're in balance. If there's still an emotional charge, you got to find the balance. Because here's the thing about the universe. It's always in balance. If it's not in balance, it would self-destruct. So you know that no matter what's happening on this planet right now, no matter what the news media is telling you, the planet is in balance. Here's the key thing. From a human perspective, the planet doesn't need humans to survive. But humans need the planet to survive. At one time, the dinosaurs roamed freely, didn't they? And then eventually the dinosaurs were gone. Did the earth survive? Yeah. So it will continue. Nothing changes. Just how consciousness expresses itself. Also, meditation and mantras. I'm huge. I've already talked about the Bala mantra, right? There are many, many others. My other favorite one is the Ganapate mantra. No, it's the, it's the mantra from Tibet. Om Manapati Om. It just goes Om Manapati Om. Om Manapati Om. I say that one all the time when I'm walking. You see Hindus, or not Hindus, you see the people in Nepal walking with their beads, and they're saying that thousands and thousands and thousands of times. They're clearing their energy with that. There's something about the sound of those words and the belief that they have in those words that does that. Also, develop a daily gratitude practice. When you're grateful for your life, your heart opens up. If you're not grateful, your heart shuts down. Also, let go of unhealthy attachments. Let go of unhealthy attachments to food, to drugs, to alcohol, to people. We have people in our lives that are not serving us. We need to let them go. Unless you're strong enough to deal with it, there may be a time when you just have to let them go so that you can reconnect and you can do your own healing. That's allowing your heart chakra the time to get back in sync, to go back to where it started. So here's the clearing of the heart chakras. So we've done this with every of the other chakras. And so this is the fourth stage of it. And it's you put your attention on the center of your chest, right by your heart. You surround this area with green light. You see the green light spinning. So if you're a male, it's going counterclockwise. If you're a female, it's going clockwise. So you're literally visualizing that energy moving. And as you're visualizing that energy moving, you're repeating the mantra, Yum, Om, Aim, Harim, Shreem, Shri, Matri, Namana, Yum. And you repeat that over and over again as you visualize that heart chakra moving. And there's something about the sound of those words that causes your heart chakra to clear itself. So we've got now a mantra like that for the first chakra, the second chakra, the third chakra, the fourth chakra. As we continue, we'll be building it so that you have the mantra for all 7 chakras so you can actually sit down, close your eyes, do the 7 mantras, and you'll be clearing all of your chakras at the same time. The key thing about the energy centers is it helps you focus on where are you in your level of awareness. I think the most important one is the heart chakra for me because it tells me if I'm in balance between my upper and my lower, and it allows the flow of energy. So I invite you to try this mantra to see where is your life in relationship to everything here, and know that no matter what, you can heal and you can begin the flow today. Just because no matter what's happened to you, you're always free to reopen, re-energize, and relive from perfect connection. Until next time, and we get to the 5th chakra, which is the throat chakra, have yourself a great day. Thank you. I want to thank you for joining us today. I'm so grateful that you took your time to watch or listen to this message. If you found this message beneficial, I would ask that you go to our website, agapecsl.com. Once there, click on the donate button and experience the joy of conscious and purposeful giving. Or if you would like, text your gift by simply dialing 972-532-6976. It is through your gifts that we are able to bring this message to you in the world. I would ask that if you like this message, to please subscribe to my YouTube channel under my name, Lee Wolak. Again, I want to thank you for joining me in the Agape community as we learn how to better self-love through conscious living.